Welcome everyone to the channel F the Rule. In this episode, we're diving into the turbulent waters of religious warfare. Our journey takes us back to the dawn of civilization, when humanity, in its quest for cosmic understanding, birthed the concept of religion. As we will see, this spiritual awakening was a double-edged sword, serving as both a beacon of hope and a spark for conflict. Let's journey back to the Middle Ages, a period marked by religious fervor and the clamoring for control over sacred lands. The Crusades, a series of religious wars, tore through Europe, the Middle East, and parts of North Africa, driven by the desire to reclaim the Holy Land from Muslim control. The Crusaders, armed with the cross, marched under the banner of their faith, believing they were on a divine mission. But was it all about religious conviction, or were there underlying motivations of political power and territorial expansion? Now let's shift our focus eastward to the Muslim conquests that unfolded during the 7th and 8th centuries. The rapid expansion of the Islamic Empire, driven by a desire to spread the faith, resulted in a series of conflicts and conversions across vast territories. But much like the Crusades, the desire for territorial gains and political dominance played a significant role. The sword of faith, it seems, was often wielded for worldly gains. Religion in these instances was more than a personal faith. It became a banner under which armies marched, a justification for violence, and a tool for territorial expansion. This confluence of faith and warfare paints a complex picture of human history, where religious conviction intertwines with political ambition and power. As we can see, religion has been a catalyst for warfare since the early days of civilization. But this is only the beginning of our journey. As we move forward, we will see how religion has been weaponized in different eras and continues to fuel conflicts in our modern world. So stick around as we delve deeper into the intricacies of religious warfare. Moving along in history, let's discuss how religion has been weaponized for political gain. It's a fascinating, though unsettling journey through time. Picture this: rulers and political leaders wielding the power of belief like a sword, using it to justify wars and rally support. The wars of religion in France and the 30 Years' War in Europe are prime examples of this. In the 16th and 17th centuries, Europe was a battleground, not just of armies, but of faiths. Religion was the banner under which these wars were fought, with leaders exploiting the deep-seated beliefs of their citizens to legitimize their bloody campaigns. But let's delve a bit deeper into this concept of holy war. It's an idea as old as faith itself, and it's been used time and again to legitimize violence. The notion is simple, yet powerful. If a war is fought in the name of God, then it must be just. It's a dangerous concept that has led to countless lives lost and societies torn apart. In the Middle Ages, the Crusades saw Christian armies march to the Holy Land, fueled by the promise of heavenly rewards. In the same vein, jihads were declared in the Islamic world, uniting communities under the banner of faith to fight against perceived threats. And it's not just about wars. The weaponization of religion extends to domestic politics too. Leaders have used religious rhetoric to justify oppressive policies, to marginalize certain groups, or to consolidate power. It's a tool that can be used to stir up fear and hatred, to create us versus them narratives that can tear societies apart. But let's not forget the human cost of all this. The lives lost, the communities destroyed, the hatred sown. It's a somber reminder of the destructive power of manipulated faith. Religion, in these cases, has been less about faith and more about power and control. It's a stark illustration of how something meant to inspire love and unity can be twisted into a tool of division and conflict. Now, let's bring our discussion into the modern era. In the recent past, we've witnessed the escalation of religious tensions fueling conflicts, notably the Israeli-Palestinian conflict and the sectarian violence in Iraq and Syria. These are complex situations, often rooted in deep historical grievances and tangled political struggles. Religion in these scenarios often serves as a divisive factor, exacerbating the animosity and driving wedges between communities. Take, for instance, the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Here, the concept of the chosen people stokes the fires of discord, with each side believing in their divine right to the land. Similarly, in Iraq and Syria, sectarian divides have been exploited to wage brutal wars, causing untold suffering and displacement. In both cases, we see religion being used not as a unifying force, but as a tool for division and conflict. These modern conflicts remind us that the intersection of religion and warfare remains a pressing issue. It's time to wrap up our journey through the history of religious warfare. We've traveled from the dawn of religious conflict, witnessing the weaponization of faith, and delving into modern religious disputes. The recurring theme? Religion, all too often, used as a tool for power and control. The toll of these conflicts is staggering. Countless lives lost, civilizations razed to the ground, and the residual hatred that lingers between groups, sometimes for centuries. And for what? For the sake of proving one's interpretation of the divine right? Such a narrative is not only tragic, but also counterintuitive to the core essence of most religions: peace, love, and understanding. The lessons of history are clear. The manipulation of religion for personal or political gain has led to some of the darkest chapters in our shared story. Thanks for joining us on this exploration of religious warfare. Remember, understanding history helps us navigate the present. Until next time, this is F the Rule signing off.